In my studies of law of attraction, everything led me to quantum physics, which I love because it's like science is confirming like all this like woo-woo hippie mystics stuff, right? And that's why I like the quantum physics. And in the law of attraction, do we have an effect on the world around us, or are we separate than the world around us? And there was this one experiment that was done in the 1990s. It was done by a scientist named Vladimir, we'll call him Vlad, Poponin. This man took a test tube, and as you would expect, if you put a test tube in a vacuum, there's nothing there except light particles, which are just photons. And they just wanted to measure where these light particles were. Do they clump at the bottom? Do they stick to the side? But as expected, light particles, they're just random. They're everywhere, just moving around, zipping around, acting like how little light particles love to act. And that's the first part of the experiment. Check. Light particles act exactly as you would expect them to, until the second experiment, where they took that test tube and they added something to it. What did they add? They added human DNA. What did these light particles do once the human DNA was added to the test tube? The light particles started aligning with the DNA. Now this is extraordinary. Like this is absolutely unbelievable that human DNA, which we're all made up of, is affecting what the world is made up of. The world is made up of photons. And human DNA is now controlling the outside world, which we thought they didn't dance together. Oh, the outside world is the outside world, and the inside world is the inside world. But here you have human DNA affecting the light particles, and it aligned exactly with the DNA, which is a massive, massive discovery. But then that brings us to part 3 of the experiment. They take the test tube and they remove the human DNA. Now, do the photons go back to being random if the human DNA is not present? This is what makes this the phantom DNA experiment. Keyword, phantom. Because when they removed the human DNA, the photons still acted as if it was there. And this is extraordinary proof that we can have an effect on the world as a co-creator, whether we are there or not. Have you ever thought of somebody and then they text you? Have you ever, been in a situation where you just needed something bad to happen, really, really bad, and our emotions inside of us were so powerful that then the outside world found a way to make it happen? This isn't mystics, this is science. And the U.S. Army and these different scientists, they've done this, and I recommend everybody look it up. Just Google the phantom DNA experiment. But I love this one so much because it is proof that what we are made up of is affecting the world around us. And we are not observers. We are helping create in this world as a creator by just our existence alone. That's Quantum Physics with Charlie.